The headlines: bandits kill 7 people, abduct 20 others in Zamfara. Police officers who rejected 8.5 million naira bribe from kidnappers rewarded. NLC to hold 2-day nationwide protest over economic hardship. From the international scene, at least 5 patients dead after Israeli army raid on Nasser Hospital. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. We start with security. No fewer than 7 people have been killed, while 20 others were abducted after terrorists on Thursday evening attacked Nasarawa Godel community in Birnin Magaji local government area of Zamfara state. It was gathered that the terrorists came in Toyota Hilux vans, unlike the usual motorcycles. According to a resident of the area, Tika Yusuf, 7 bodies have been recovered, while several others were seriously wounded. Yusuf, who noted that most of the abducted victims are women, added that the entire community has been thrown into confusion. The terrorists, said to be from Gwaska Dankaremi, stormed the community around 6 p.m. in 3 Hilux vans and went straight towards the exit of the community. He said they cycled through the outside route and began shooting sporadically when most of the vigilante members in the area had gone out to help Kashe Shikura. As of the time of filing this report, the Zamfara State Police Command was yet to react to the incident. The Ekiti State Police Command says it has arrested 8 kidnappers who abducted the Apostolic Faith school children and their teachers in Emure, Ekiti State. The Commissioner of Police, Adeniran Akinwale, while parading the kidnappers at the police headquarters in Ado Ekiti, said one of the gang members were killed during a gun duel with police operatives. Akinwale added that the gang members were the one who also were responsible for the abduction of the APC chairman Paul Omotosho in 2023. The command said it recovered 1 AK-47 assorted rifle, 1 pump-action gun loaded with 5 live cartridges, and 21 AK-47 live ammunition, among others, from the suspects. In Nasarawa State, the police command of the Nigerian police has made significant strides in combating crime by apprehending about 57 suspects involved in various crime and criminal activities, notably including the abduction and sale of children to willing buyers. According to correspondent Abubakar Abdullahi's report, the command's efforts have led to the recovery of 6 out of the 45 abducted children dispersed across different locations within the country. His report is presented from our studio.
During the parade of the suspects, Nasarawa State Police Commissioner Umar Nadada disclosed that 10 out of the 57 suspects had been involved in the theft and sale of 45 children to various buyers across the country. Commissioner Nadada further elaborated that to date, the police have successfully recovered 6 of the abducted victims, with ongoing effort focused on locating and rescuing the remaining 39 children. He highlighted the pivotal role played by the arrest of one suspect, Ismaila Adamu, who attempted to abduct a 5-year-old child in Kefi. This arrest subsequently led to the apprehension of other suspects and the successful recovery of the 6 victims.
Analysis conducted on their phones revealed that 45 children stolen have been sold to illegally adopted unsuspecting members of the public across the country.
The Commissioner of Police reiterated that the parents of 2 victims have already come forward and positively identified their children. He urged parents whose children are missing to contact the command for potential identification of their loved ones. Furthermore, the police command made a significant arrest of 2 individuals found in possession of 450,000 United States dollars.
Detectives attacked Masaga Division raided a hideout of suspected criminals located at Angwon Police Masaga and got 2 suspects arrested, namely Muhammad Abubakar, aka Dalivia.
Abdul Karim Abubakar, a social welfare worker with Lapai local government area of Niger State, confessed to being part of a syndicate involved in the theft and sale of children. Shockingly, Abubakar admitted to selling a child for a staggering sum of 1.4 million naira.
I adopted children from a private orphanage home to a parent that doesn't have children. Yes.
Okay, you adopted whose children you adopted? Whose children?
I went to a private orphanage home to adopt, to collect.
Among the suspects apprehended by the command are kidnappers, fraudsters, car and motorcycle snatchers. Additionally, a significant amount of firearms, ammunition, vehicles, charms, and POS machines were recovered from the suspects. The command has informed journalists that investigations are currently underway, and once completed, the suspect will be charged to court to face the full wrath of the law.
Operatives of the Anti-Vice Unit Imo State Police Command conducted a successful rescue operation, liberating 2 brothers from the clutches of dangerous cultists in Mberi community and Baitoli local government area of the state. According to the command spokesperson, ASP Henry Okoye, the arrest of the suspect was part of the command's steadfast dedication to eliminating criminal activities within the state. Ajibade Praise reports.
Recalling their harrowing experience, one of the rescued victims shared with Trust TV News that the community has been enduring terror at the hands of this said group. The 5-man cultist gang has been carrying out their dangerous activities unchecked, waylaying people and snatching their valuables on daily basis. Little did they know that they would become victims of this notorious group. Fortunately, one of them managed to escape the scene and promptly contacted the police, who swiftly swung into action and apprehended the perpetrators. What happened?
Because my brother's life was at stake, and I had to go and rescue my brother. And when I got there, I saw these men with my brother take my phone and demanded me to bring the amount of 200,000.
Narrating their involvement in the crime, the 4 arrested suspects confessed to be a member of Vikings confraternity. They said the guns were handed over to them by their leader, known as Slim or Tog, who is currently at large. One of the suspects sustained bullet wounds during gun duel with the police. The 2 locally made pistols were recovered alongside dangerous substances such as alcohol, hard drugs, stolen phones, among others.
Tog, number 1. So this gun here now is not mine. So I've never been in this kind of situation before. It's not mine. It's Tog's own for protection, for using it to protect Tog as number 1.
The gun was not mine.
But it was found on you.
Belongs to who?
Belongs to Slim.
Who?
Slim.
Is Slim here?
That is one of their syndicate who is at large.
The command spokesperson ASP Henry Okoye confirmed that the Commissioner of Police Aboki Danjuma has issued orders for all the suspects to face the full extent of the law.
Curtis, named Slim, is still at large, and efforts are on top gear to equally arrest him and make him face the full wrath of the law. We are equally intensifying efforts to make sure that we fish out the manufacturers of these locally made guns.
Undoubtedly, Imo State, like several other states in the country, is grappling with significant security challenges. Addressing these issues will require concerted efforts from all stakeholders. The command urges members of the public to come forward with any useful information that could facilitate the successful apprehension and dismantling of criminal elements operating within the states. Collaboration between law enforcement agencies and the community is essential in ensuring the safety and security of all residents. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
The Taraba State Police Command recently recognized and rewarded 4 officers of their exemplary integrity in refusing a bribe of over 8 million naira from suspected kidnappers. During a ceremony held in the office of the Commissioner of Police, David Anumon, the officers were presented with award for their outstanding act of integrity. The officers stationed at the checkpoint on the 29th of last month intercepted a Toyota Starlet carrying 3 passengers. Acting on their instincts, they conducted a thorough search leading to the discovery of 8,555,000 naira in the vehicle. Despite facing a substantial bribe offer from the suspect, the officers remained steadfast in their commitment to upholding the law and rejected the illicit offer. The honor officers include Inspector Difference T, Inspector Gamarju Gambo, Inspector Usman Haruna, and CPL Zaruddin Mahmuda.
A Toyota Starlet with 3 occupants. So, on suspicious, we discovered that that particular vehicle is carrying a huge amount of money. So, when questioning, they could not be able to give us satisfactory account of that money. So based on as a trained personnel, and even before we move out on special duty that very same day, we were briefed by our unit commander, that is ASP Hamza Berde, never to give room to any corrupt practice or whatsoever relevant to it.
The suspect offered the whole amount of money, that is the whole 8,555,000 naira, to the police officers as bribe for his freedom, but was rejected by the good ambassadors of the Nigerian police force. Meanwhile, the suspect has been cooperating with the police in an ongoing investigation of past kidnappings he and others had carried out.
Meanwhile, 3 officers of the Nigerian police force attached to Zone 16 headquarters in Bayelsa State have been dismissed from the service over corrupt practices and other misconduct. The dismissed officers, according to reports, were earlier defaulted and tried for the offense of discreditable conduct and corrupt practice by the authorities of the command. The Zonal Public Relations Officer, CSP Equal Kelvin Lafiege, in a statement on Friday in Yanagwa, said the action is in bid to rid the force of bad egg. She identified the affected personnel as Inspector Edet Inamete, Inspector Jeremiah Oreke, and Inspector Uche Collins. Away from security matters, the Nigerian Labour Congress has announced plans for a 2-day nationwide protest to address the prevailing economic hardship and challenges that deteriorating security situations across the country. NLC President Joe Ajaero made this disclosure during a press briefing in Abuja on Friday following an emergency meeting of the National Executive Council of the Union. Ajaero stated that the protest will commence 1 week after the expiration of the 14-day ultimatum issued to the federal government, which is set to lapse on February 23rd. Expressing concern over the widespread hardship faced by millions of Nigerians, the organized labor cited issues such as hunger, erosion of purchasing power, and insecurity, largely attributed to reforms that have led to a surge in inflation.
That the notice expires on the midnight of Thursday, the 22nd day of February 2024. That if on the expiration Congress is not satisfied with government's compliance with the conditions of the notice, Congress will be at liberty to take action that will compel government to implement the agreement. That next in session declares a 2-day national protest on 27th and 28th of February to demonstrate outrage on the mounting hardship and insecurity around the nation. If our demands are not met after the nationwide protest, to issue a 7-day notice that will expire on the 2nd day of March 2024 to the federal government, after which an indefinite nationwide strike will ensure that Nigerian workers and people are not interested in the empty talk now, but action. So we call on all our affiliates, state councils, and civil society allies to start mobilizing across the nation for effective action as the February 22 approaches.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, Jos residents react to presidential order aimed to engendering patriotism. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is Trust News Update. Here's a recap of our top stories. Robochi bandits kill 7 people, abduct 20 others in Zamfara. And police officers who rejected 8.5 million naira bribe from kidnappers rewarded. Moving on to more stories, residents of Ogba Aguda area in Lagos State are appealing to Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu for urgent intervention in completing a road construction project initiated on January 31st, 2024. The deteriorating condition on the road is causing significant hardship to citizens and local businesses. The report.
Ogba Road in the Lagos metropolis that began deteriorating in 2023 has become a symbol of hardship for residents. September last year, the state government demolished shops in the area with plans to commence construction from the opposite end. 5 months down the line, not much had been achieved with regards to the reconstruction efforts of these roads. However, the presence of equipment and sand brought by the state government has rendered the road impossible. Pedestrians are now struggling to navigate the road, with many finding it difficult to walk without risking injury. Adjacent to these hazardous stretch lies the area G police station, highlighting the severity of the situation. Speaking to Trust Television, residents and shop owners in the area expressed their anguish over the road's deplorable state. They lamented the condition of the road has deterred customers and exacerbating economic hardships.
Because most of these shops here is passers-by, both the people with legs and on the cars passing are their customers. But since they cut off this road, you can see there is no vehicle. There is no vehicle, so it affects them really.
Dig the gutter, cement the floor, put back the beams on the ground, cover it. I wonder a week is enough, but they're now prolonging it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, for 1 month, and all of that. It's causing a lot of damages.
The recent demarcation of the road has resulted in the closure of the alternative route adjacent to the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. This closure has disrupted the usual flow of traffic, preventing vehicles from traveling directly from Agege and Ikeja to Bega. As a result, motorists are compelled to navigate through longer routes, impacting commuters traveling between Bega and Aguda as well. Transport operators have also voiced their concerns regarding the impact of the road's deteriorating condition on their businesses.
We used to cross from here to the other side, carry passenger, we load there, we come back. And now, we just stay here. We can't cross to the other side. And once we go to the other road, we go and enter and park passenger. They used to arrest us there.
Almost a week now, they have no way of the road again. They have left the road alone. This road will pass more than 3 years before they will do it. Because they want to use this place as their own money. They are not working for the people of this Nigerian as a citizen. They are working for inside their own pockets.
Residents of Lagos are optimistic that the completion of the road reconstruction will not only save time and energy, but also stimulate business growth.
Mixed reactions have continued to trail the directive by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the mandatory recitation of the national pledge after the national anthem at every official and public engagement. The president had on February 9th said the directive is to ensure absolute respect for the national symbols, strengthen allegiance and fidelity to the country, and preserve Nigeria's ethos and defining character. Ado Musa takes a look at how residents in Jos are reacting to the directive. Take a listen.
The national pledge is an oath of allegiance to a nation. It is recited in schools during assemblies, Independence Day, and at official government functions. This is originally done to show and sustain patriotism among citizenry. President Tinubu, while calling for the recitation of the national pledge, emphasized the imperative of respecting national values, promoting the nation's ideals, and abiding by its established norms. Jos residents have been reacting to the president's directive.
The way I've been respecting national pledge in every event I find myself, I always like to start with the national pledge, be it a public gathering, be it a government gathering, be it a private gathering, because I know the importance of the national pledge, and I encourage other Nigerians to take national pledges as serious as anything in every gathering you find yourself.
National pledge is something that is our identity as a Nigerian, and I so much believe in the national pledge because it entails our faithfulness and our commitment to the constitution of this country. But one thing that I will say about the national pledge, that people are looking at it as, even me as a person, you know, when you want to pledge to be loyal to your country or to abide with all the terms and constitution of this country, and you found out that the government or the country itself or the government in power are not doing what is expected of them as a government, then it touches the heart of people not to even obey some of this pledge that they have put in mind to do. So I want to say this, that even as the president of Nigeria has made it as a national duty for us to be doing that, the government on its part has to encourage by providing what is expected of them for the citizens.
Okay, looking at when you interpret the meaning in the national pledge, it's something worthy that the citizens should observe. It will make you to have the conscience of the nation, and it's a promise as a citizen when you say, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. So these words will make somebody to be conscious of whatsoever he or she is doing, especially when it comes to working or taking care of the national and resources. Yeah, it will help somebody to deliver the good.
John Azi is the State Deputy Director of National Orientation Agency. He explains the importance of the national pledge to Nigeria and what the agency is doing to reawaken respect for the country's national symbols.
It's an allegiance to the nation state, Nigeria. When you say the national pledge, it's like an oath of allegiance to the nation state. Now, why is it important that we talk to Nigerians or we sensitize Nigerians to always observe these national symbols, especially the anthem and the pledge, so that Nigerians continuously will be patriotic to the nation state.
Despite complaints by Nigerians about the poor leadership in the country, many people still believe that if the words in the pledge are reflected in our actions, the country will eventually get better. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
From the international scene, Israel's incursion into Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip has led to the deaths of at least 5 patients after electricity was severed and oxygen supplies cut, according to Gaza's Ministry of Health. The hospital is currently the largest functioning medical facility in Gaza and had been under Israeli siege for weeks. In a statement on Telegram, it added that 2 women gave birth in inhumane conditions, and Israeli soldiers forced women and children to leave the maternity unit without any belongings. Doctors Without Borders said its staff have also been forced to flee as a result of the incursion. The Israeli army said it had arrested more than 20 terrorists based on intelligence indicating terrorist activities by Hamas in the hospital. Hamas has denied any presence inside Nasser Hospital, and Israel has previously claimed that several hospitals in Gaza have been used as Hamas bases. Finally, in sport, after returning to the community stadium, the manager of English Premier League side Brentford FC, Frank Thomas, has confirmed that Nigeria's Super Eagles midfielder Frank Onyeka is set to face Liverpool on Saturday. Onyeka was close to bringing an African Cup of Nations winners medal back to West London, with Nigeria falling at the final hurdle after against host Ivory Coast. Onyeka started all 7 of Nigeria's games, accumulating a total of 608 minutes and made more tackles, 14, and interceptions, 11, than any player at the tournament. Brentford will host high-flying Liverpool on Saturday in the opening game of the day. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.